Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. That's it. Saying she didn't do this and didn't do that. And her mom's was in the group chat saying this, that, and third, blah, 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 blah. But you also got to understand, too, especially as family. I mean, you should take your family as it is because you can't, what do you say? You can't pick your family, but you can pick your nose.
Yeah. Yeah. New voice in the room, I don't follow the noise. I study the game, then I make my choice. Clean line, sharp mind, pressure stay poised. I'm built for the moment, I move with a point. No gimmicks, just vision, I say what I see. Question the rules, still play it, lead from the corners to the culture. Now listen to me. This ain't hype, this is clarity. Welcome to the space where the truth get loud. Calm on the surface, storms in the crowd. I don't need a shout, let the message surround. New era talk, let it play right now. Let's get into it.
Abel, welcome back again for another one. Thank you for coming back to F New God Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Samir himself, Mr. FNG. We back again, man. We back again. We made it through another week. You know, it's a lot of things that's going on around the J. Cole album drop. Glorilla and Brorilla. It's a few internet things we're gonna talk about, right? But first and foremost, before we actually deep dive into the show, I'm gonna say this because I hear a lot of hate. It's not even hate. You know what it is? Well, personally, what I think it is. I think it's a lot of people still butthurt about the infamous apology. Yo, get over it. Get over it, man. All right? Because at the end of the day, I'm going to say this. Stop trying to discredit the man for what he did, which he did a phenomenal job. He did a phenomenal job. Give that man his flowers. Like, y'all are trying to downplay what he's done. If you now we about to start the show in a second. I have a lot of gripe with everybody that's saying something, right? Because don't get me wrong, everybody has their opinion. You feel how you feel. But like the old saying goes, right? Damn, what's that saying? I just had a brain fart. I just had a brain fart. Hold up. It's like, damn. What's that? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. So at the end of the day, you feel how you feel. It is what it is. Cool. You feel me? But at the end of the day, the masses say otherwise. So, go with your feeling. I'm not discrediting anybody. You feel how you feel. You say what you say, or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. But anyway, how are we all? We made it back again. Get comfortable or get uncomfortable. But either way, we're going to talk about it. So, also too, right? We're gonna talk about some things that I mentioned last episode as far as the moon landing and things like that. Um, let me give y'all an update on what I'm doing or where I'm at as far as that goes, right? And then we're gonna proceed from there. But first, J. Cole. Listen, that man right there, I'm trying to tell you, that album is aging. I know it just came out. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. It just came out, whatever, right? But here's the thing about it. Regardless if you want to try to discredit that man or not, you can't. Sorry. I should have turned this off. You can't. You can't say it's not good. Y'all probably get on these platforms or get in front of the camera and say what y'all want to say and, combat whatever. Cool. But I promise you, when you get home, when you get in your car, you playing that motherfucker. You can't tell me you ain't playing that motherfucker. You can say, oh, yeah, it ain't. Like I said last podcast, I give y'all a couple of weeks to sit on it, pause. And then you're gonna come back, whether if you tell the truth or not, you're gonna come back and be like, all right, I retract my statement. It's okay. It's okay. We'll be here. We'll be here. Either sitting over there, or sitting right here, or sitting right here in this motherfucking seat. But either way, we gonna be here. Because as much as I listen to the album, right? I know we all have our favorite songs. But as much as you listen to the album and the way he's painting his story, you cannot, one, give him his flowers, and two, you cannot follow along like we was a little kid and you just, follow the bouncing ball. Like that ball is bouncing through the goddamn story as you watching it unfold. And the ball is just bouncing. And it's just, it's going. And you're so interested. And then you get hung on the wordplay and all this other stuff. Like, so for people to sit here and say what they say about it, that's y'all feelings. It is what it is. Cool. But to the people that actually listens to lyrics and not just for a groove or for the shit to turn a party up, this shit different. No slight to y'all, but y'all probably just want to listen to party music. Oh yeah, it's just a great album and all this other stuff, and it's just, listen. I'm an 80s baby. Tell me a story, goddammit. That's how I feel about it. And then for him to actually, the marketing and how he's going around is genius. It's genius. You cannot discredit, especially that part, because I'm not going to lie to you. We still haven't seen anything like this. He's going around state to state. I don't know where he at now. I seen a post earlier when he was at Howard University. He's going around making his rounds. And for a lot of y'all want to see statistics and numbers and metrics and all this other shit. Listen, man, let the music be the music. We got too convoluted up here following the system when not for nothing, the system always showed us. And even with Drake, he showed us that the system, we already knew, but the system is just a press play and you become a national name. And this nigga doing out literally the trunk. So man, listen, y'all can say what y'all want to say, bro. I'm done talking about it. I'm gonna just let everything else play out. Because right now I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right now, first week out, and I don't even think the week is done. Because if I'm not mistaken, the shit came out on like a Friday or something. I think. I'm not sure. But if it is first week out, nigga, he already did numbers. Already did it, signing the motherfuckers and everything. His day, he probably got carpal tunnel. Shit probably looked like that. He got put ice on that shit. Like he already did numbers. So you can say what y'all want to say. You can feel how y'all want to feel, but I mean honestly, it's already probably astronomical at this point from him selling out the trunk and people buying the shit online on his own website. So he'll put out the numbers. Y'all can go look, as far as streaming wise, what it does streaming and people that buy the shit for off the streaming platforms. But as far as buying the physical copies, CDs and vinyl, yeah, nah, man, that shit goes unmatched, bro. That's different. That's different. Right about now, especially being an independent, he's truly changing the game back to gain your independence. And only using shit to distribute his music. He's literally independent, is not signing anybody. So, y'all can say and do what y'all want as well with that, but I'm done talking about it, man. I'm done talking about it. But I had an idea. I'm trying to think of what the hell it was. I should have wrote it down, which is totally my fault. But, creature, well, I was going to say creature or habit because usually I do write shit down so I won't forget it. But, the thing about it is, right, and this is off J. Cole because it is what it is at this point. But the thing about it is, right, how everything's unfolding and how things are going. How many of y'all actually bet on yourself? How many of y'all actually bet on yourself? That's like the real golden question because no slight to anybody else that actually needs a machine. And when I say machine, I mean in any industry like that you put yourself in. Because personally, if you don't, how can I put this? Because not for nothing, sometimes you actually need a machine to get going and then you can actually branch off and do your own thing because you're learning. There's nothing wrong with joining something because initially that's what J. Cole did. He joined the machine, figured out what he figured out, did his years as far as contract, like did his bid, I guess you can call it, right? And then now he's broken off and doing his own thing. I don't know if this is going to be his last album, but I forgot to say this. Now, if you listen to it with a different set of ears, even before the album, I think the I guess you could say cosplay or name of J. Cole, I think he wants to get away from. And I just my theory. I don't know. I mean, it might be for shits and giggles, But I think anything that he drops next, it'll probably be some Jermaine shit. I'm just saying, because if you listen to the music, right? And now, I mean, like, really listen to it. I forgot what track it is, but I think the persona of J. Cole he wants to get away from, and he wants to actually have dealings with Jermaine on some Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers type shit. Not directly like that, but you get the premise of what the fuck I'm saying. But don't quote me. I'm just saying, like, maybe, but it is what it is. But anyway, back to my point, right? Some people need a machine, and that's okay, because sometimes you're not structured in whatever you want to do, or you don't have an idea of how certain things work. You just, as they call it, raw talent, right? So you can do the job, get the job done, or whatever the case may be, but you don't know certain procedures or how certain things go. So yeah, you join the machine, i.e., La Russell. But he joined the machine for more of a push, not directly saying what I'm saying. But how many of y'all actually okay with betting on yourselves? Especially now, because I'm seeing too many conversations of, like, what I said last pod, but we're going to get into something in a second. Along with, we're gonna get in that too. But along with, I'm gonna stop saying that. Word up, I'm gonna stop saying that. Along with, damn, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to bring it together and put it together. Give me a second. Along with, the cost of living and everything, how it is nowadays, right? Because I just had like a little slight conversation with somebody in the comments, because he said, he or she, I think it's a he, but he said, when he was younger, his mom's, I think he said in like the 90s or some shit, they was making like $20 an hour. Cost of living in was great. You feel me? Making $20 an hour, you on top of the world. You feel me? You get bills paid, you still have bread left over, and this, that, and the third. Now, $20 an hour ain't shit. You got to make sure you do some overtime, and you got to have a side hustle. So it's like, what are you going to do to increase your value? Are you going to bet on yourself? Because, as I always say, and I said before, people will buy the story, not necessarily the product. Especially when it's a good product. They love to buy it, but they more so buying a piece of you. So are you willing to put everything you got on the line to bet on yourself? Because I came across a little clip. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch the interview or the episode, whatever the case may be. It was Joe Buttons and Jim Jones, right? Joe Buttons was on Jim Jones' show, but Joe Budden said something that, in this clip, he said something that actually caught my attention. He said 30 to 50,000 followers, like, meaning like cult like following. That's all you really need for whatever you're doing, whether you're painting, making music, podcasting, or you're an influencer of some type, or you're a content creator, whatever the case may be. But 30 to 50,000 people actually fucks with you. That's all you need. And honestly, when you think about it, he's not lying, because if you're genuine, real, and have a story or something that people can relate to, the world is your oyster. Because you're just initially being you. And those people that follow you, listen to you, watch you, whatever the case may be, they're buying into you because relatable in the sense of shit, some people actually wanted to jump off the cliff but never did and watch you from beginning to end, and then you inspire them to jump off a cliff into what they wanted to do, right? Now they end up like you, but in the midst of that, whether you put a book out, they following that, or ebook, or some type of class or course or shit, let alone merch. Then what? We're all here to enjoy each other in a sense. So if you're gonna buy into somebody and you buy into some shit that you like, get 30 to 50,000 people and you fine, man. But you also have to keep increasing yourself and be you. Like you can't go on and then turn one against the people that put you there, along with the people that help you get there. Prime example, Corey Holcomb. He's going downhill right now. And he's going up Ship's Creek without a paddle. I feel bad for Ball because one, no funny shit. He wasn't, how can I put this? He wasn't as captivating as far as his podcast goes. I feel as though, no funny shit, no slight to him. I feel as though the gigs that he did on the side was what paid the people that worked with him. Like, it wasn't necessary to show, because from what I've heard, he goes live when he does it. So that's the type of shit. And even with that, donations and things like that, if anybody ever donated, that along with, whatever he makes, he, package that and then pays whoever. But in the sense of creating a platform, you get advertisements, merch, and all that other shit. And then, that colluded with a lot of other things. That's how you pay your people. And I don't see that happening, because not for nothing, especially starting this and watching everybody else, what I've learned is all depends how your content is being put out is how you get paid. Right? So you have to watch what you say, what you do, and things like that, because not for nothing, you'll end up like Bro Willa in a sense. But getting to that, we'll get into that in a second, because that's a little fucking wild. Like that's wild as hell. Again, better know yourself. You gotta understand and know what you do. And I get if people or anybody joins a system to get it, grow it, understand it, and then break off and do their own thing. Now, with Glorilla, I see both sides, because I just came across some shit right before we started this. I came across some shit that this shit that Glorilla tried to paint when she went live on the phone with her mother and all this other shit. And I don't like talking about drama, none of that, but it brings me to a certain point that I'm gonna get to. And that's credibility. But from everything that Glorilla tried to bring up, but then the past that what her sister was saying. Here's the thing about it. The day and age that we're living in right now, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. On one hand, you don't necessarily have to take care of the motherfuckers if they never took care of you, and blood don't make it no thicker. Thicker than water. Oh, was it water? Like, what was that, Bone Thugs and Harmony? But just because we blood, that don't matter nothing. To be honest. Like if we really being honest here right now. Because you could have been shit to me growing up. And from what certain stories was, her damn sister was about to knock her head off a few times. So you expect me to take care of you when I get up here, but you was about to knock my head off, man. You better get your ass out of here. And then not for nothing, she exposes all the shit that was in the group chat. The sister exposes Glorilla, saying she didn't do this and didn't do that, and her mom's was in the group chat saying this, that, and third, blah, 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 blah. But you also gotta understand too, especially as family. I mean, you should take your family as it is, because you can't. What do you say? You can't pick your family, but you can pick your nose. Hey yo, if that's not some of the true shit, you can't pick your family, but you can pick your nose. Now in certain senses, from what I'm hearing, yeah, Glow, you gotta do better as far as certain things. But here's the thing about it. You can't, and this is not for Glorilla, this is for the family. You can't bank on somebody else to pull you up in a sense if y'all asses never lifted her up. And that's my thing. Like, not for nothing, no slight to none of my family members, none of that shit, right? But at any point on my ascension, when I was laying down the foundation or whatever I was doing over the time, over years, or over any of that, if you never at any point supported me and I got to the top, please don't think I'm going to come fucking save you. Because at any point, they'd say no. Like, if you come to me with a business idea or a business plan and shit broken down and all that, then maybe we can have a conversation. But if you think I'm about to come to you with like a $10,000 or $20,000 check and say, here you go, and you ain't do nothing for me, no, does not work that way. Because through long fucking nights, long days, sleepless, tiredness, through so much that I get to a point where it's like you think you could just pick up the phone and you can eat off my success? You're batshit crazy. And that's just my take on it, because like I said, I'm not picking a side, but I will say this: at any point, if you get on the internet and try to downplay what anybody's doing, especially when they ain't say nothing to you and you was wrong too in the past, man, you better kick rocks, bro. Because not for nothing, you either just as bad or even worse. because she's only where, not for nothing, I'm talking about Glow Sister at right now. She's only where she's at because she was giving up dirt. Come on, bro. That's corny. That shit ain't gonna last too long. You're not talented. So how long is that gonna last? You're gonna keep talking about your sister? Yeah, that's great. That's great. While she's dropping music, dropping albums, and doing this, that, and third, touring and going here and going there, you're just still gonna talk. Oh yeah, she still ain't do nothing for us. Bitch, I'm still not gonna do nothing for you. Fuck out of my face, nigga. Next, like, get me fucked up. Out of your fucking mind. Yeah, alright. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. You can say this shit too. I don't give a fuck personally. Not for nothing. There's certain people that, and this is just me, but there's certain people that, if I was a school bus driver, it's certain people that can get on my bus. Why I'm going to success? You want to know why? Because it's certain things that I know that send them, or I'll put them in certain positions to the point where they ain't gonna have to ask me no more. As the old saying goes, it's lonely at the top. Yeah, I'm gonna bring motherfuckers with me. But along with bringing you with me, I'm gonna be on some LeBron shit. I'm not about to just get y'all money. You gotta do something. You gotta create something. You gotta, you gotta have something going on in order for me to try to help you take care of yourself. Trust me, I know who getting on my bus. Call me the bus driver, nigga. Call me the bus driver. I know who get on this motherfucker. And I know who ain't gonna get on this. And don't try to get on the back of that motherfucker either, bro. But that's just my take on that, man. Cause this shit is wild, bro. It's enough wild shit going on. Prime example, the reason why I says enough wild shit going on, because why is the NBA looking like the 90s right now? That fight between, who was it, the Pistons and the Hornets? That shit about to make me start watching basketball again. And then it was another fight. Like, I don't know, son. I don't know. I saw highlights and clips of this shit. I think I might just start watching basketball again. Because I stopped watching it. No slight to LeBron. Oh, we gonna quickly have this conversation too, because I don't want to stay on this topic too long, because I know I'm gonna get backlash, but personally I don't care. To me, LeBron is not the greatest player alive. Well, I said it. It is what it is. To me personally, he's not the greatest player alive. He's not. My lineup, no funny shit, and y'all might not like it, but it is what it is. Personally, I don't care. It's Jordan, Kobe, then LeBron. And I mean, I gotta see over the next couple of years, because LeBron might fall down a couple slots, but we're gonna see. Because I think personally, once, and this is just me, but I think personally, once he's seen that he couldn't hit that mark that Kobe hit, because Kobe couldn't hit that mark that Jordan hit. That shit is still up there. 6'6". Yeah, y'all might say, oh, he blah blah blah, whatever, but every time he went to the finals, he won. So he's 6'6". That's just it. Like it or not. But Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. That's it. LeBron is not second or number one or whatever. No, nigga. Take it as it is. Take it if you like it or not. But me personally, and I'm only saying this because, Jordan, two-way player. 1 year, this nigga won. Actually, not 1 year. If I'm not mistaken, it was a few times. I'm gonna look it up. Because if I'm not mistaken, a few times this nigga won Defensive Player of the Year, along with he won a steals title Kobe played both ways too. LeBron was just known to be a chase down artist. How? Let's ask ChatGPT right quick. How many years Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year? Defensive Player of the Year award once in his career during the 1987-1988 NBA season. Okay. But we all know that Jordan played defense. I don't think LeBron ever won Defensive Player of the Year. No, LeBron has never won an NBA Defensive Player award in his career. He has, however, finished second in Defensive Player of the Year, voting multiple times, including the 2009-2013 season, and has been named all defensive teams, but the actual trophy has never been awarded to him. So there it goes. Oh, matter of fact, one last thing. Has Kobe ever won Defensive Player of the Year? It's thinking about it. No, Kobe has never won Defensive Player of the Year. However, he was widely respected for his defense and was selected to the NBA Defensive Player team 12 times. 9 first team, 3 second team, which is one of the highest titles or highest totals in NBA league history. If you want to stack in, okay. Now, they just told you. ChatGPT just looked it up. Kobe had the highest selections. So in 1-1, Kobe had the highest selections, and LeBron never won one, but he was selected defensive player, and he was nominated. What they said, like 3 times. Wait, the 90. I said 90. Damn sure wasn't 90. I think it was a kid. 2009 to 2013. However, LeBron was never defensive player. However, finished second in Defensive Player of the Year, voting multiple times, including 2 times, 2009, 2013. So, like, that question, just that alone, in a defensive section. No, falls number 3. Because as they say, what? Well, that's football. Offense win games, defense win championships. I think that goes for both sides. Because if you think about it, every team, if they just wasn't just shooting your lights out, they played defense as well, and that majority of the time helped them get over whatever hump. Y'all get what I'm saying. But not for nothing, LeBron really wasn't known for his defense. He was known for his offense and how he came through the lane and dunking and all this other shit. So for me to say, y'all need to stop. Just however y'all just take him down, and 1, 2, 3, and put him down there because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No slight to him though. Great career, great job, all that, but no. Just my take on that. I know, he's the king and the goat and all. Yeah, that might be fine and all and dandy, but the Black Mamba, boy, yeah, yeah. It don't compare. It's not even close. It's not even close. But anyway, right before we get up out of here, internet shit. Now, internet bullshit. Let's get to it. Cardi B. I don't know how many times, and I'm not talking to Cardi. I'm talking to everybody. They so cute. I don't know how many times. Y'all gonna just listen to motherfuckers. I don't know how many times. Because not for nothing, we done said this shit when it happened. Why are you doing that? And then now to come to find out, she was at the Super Bowl for something that she was doing and not necessarily him. So my question is, how long have y'all not been fucking with each other? Because the story came out, what Cardi said. And Cardi said, let's see if we can find it. But anyway, before we get to that, Cardi said, right, that she told this nigga at the beginning when they was kicking it that, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna speak for her. I'm gonna let her speak for herself. You want to see my ugly mug?
Yes, we broke up. After the halftime show, I went straight home. I didn't even stay to watch his game because I was at the Super Bowl for my job, not for him. He had nothing to do with it. From day one, I told Stefan very clearly, if he ever cheated or had another kid while we were together, I was out. That was my line. And he still chose to cross it. Honestly, I even think Stefan is worse than Offset. At least Offset would give me gifts worth millions, cars, designer bags, checks. But the first birthday I spent with Stefan, he gave me nothing. I tried to make excuses for him. Then at my new album release, he showed up with a huge bouquet of flowers. That wasn't.
Now let me say this. I don't know how true this is. This should fuck around and be AI. Somebody put this shit together. But it's just funny how even they said she left the Super Bowl before the shit was even done. So it might have some validity to it.
For me, it was to build his good guy image. Every time we appeared together, his eyes were always on the camera. Even when he touched my pregnant belly, he never looked at me. I regret having a child with him, and I finally realized he never loved me. He only loved the attention and benefits I brought into his life. Now I just want to focus on my tour and my kids. And to all women, I want to say this. Stop giving everything to people who aren't worth it. In the end, the only person you can truly rely on is yourself.
Like I said, I don't know how true that is. And I don't want to just say whatever without having some concrete evidence about it. But from the looks of things, I don't know, it might be a little true, buddy, because like I said, she left the Super Bowl before the shit was even done. You feel me? And then the simple fact that while she was pregnant, It was another chick saying she was pregnant. And she was about to have a baby around her time. Oh, man. This nigga Stefan, bro. Buddy, boy. And not for nothing, Cardi was intertwined with him. So it's like, and listen, this is no slight to any other chick that he was fucking with, but yo, you fucked up a bag, my nigga. Like, Cardi was on her thing. Look, Cardi was on her thing, doing her thing, making her money and all this other shit. And then on top of that, the whole shit of the whole situation that he had with the living chef, I don't know, he was clapping her cheeks, bro. Like, you could not tell me. I don't know if y'all haven't seen The Chef. If you did, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, go take a look. But you cannot tell me. Ain't no fucking way he was not dogging that shit at times. especially the way he was treating her too. But anyway. I haven't watched this video yet, right? I read the captions, so we about to get into it. But I feel like she's about to pull up one of my points. So let's see.
I want to know why nobody talk about how it feels when you get to a certain level of success after you've been privatized for so long. And I'm talk about this because I don't think my sisters and nobody really understand me when I say it hurts to try to be my best self. Like, I'm already, I've made over $500,000, and it already feels very fucking lonely because none of my family can do the things that I want to do. And then I'm giving people money to do stuff with me. I'm buying their flights and trips because I don't want to hear I don't have it. It gets very sad. I think about, dang, do I want to keep building my multi-million-dollar company? Because I don't want to be by myself in this. Like, it's so frustrating and it's so hurtful. And then your mind frame, when you get to a certain amount of money, you don't even look at money the same.
It's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top. I'm not gonna lie. Now, before we continue with this video with this young lady, right? This goes to my point. Betting on yourself. Now, you heard what she just said. Building her multi-million-dollar business or company or whatever she's doing. I don't know what she's doing per se. She didn't say what she's doing. That's her business, right? But here's the thing about it. What she's wrong at is giving people money so they can come have fun with her. Don't get me wrong. At times, you can. I'm not saying that's totally wrong. You can. But one, you should be trying to motivate motherfuckers to want to do and get better. And two, you sometimes have to give them the play. Like, sometimes put a battery in their back. Yo, what you want to do? Like, you're still working or punching the clock as you're seeing me over here build this thing, and I have a little more freedom and I can move around with how I want to. I can buy this and buy that. It's not about all buying shit, but it's about buying your time back. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. When you're building something, especially when it becomes successful, you're initially buying your time back. Yeah, at the beginning, don't get me wrong, you're putting time in, sometimes sleepless nights, sometimes you're tired to the motherfucker, and you still got to keep going, because at the end of the day, when you're building something, you're doing something that you believe in, This becomes your baby, right? Now, I'm gonna also say this, and this is no slight to her, but if you don't have ambitious enough people to want more or better in their life, sometimes you gotta change your circle. That's just life. Because you want to know what's initially is going to happen. I know that's your family. You love them. You want them around and things like that. But you're going to keep paying for them. Unless you actually help them put themselves in a position. Or you're going to be knocked down to actually be one of them soon as well. Not to say that forget your family. I'm not saying that at all. Not one bit. But what I am saying is, if you keep doing and going a route that you're going initially, you're going to be back down there. So, take the LeBron James route. Have your people want to do something and help them do it. So initially, as the old saying goes, and I'm keep saying this, it feels lonely at the top. Like you gotta build motherfuckers up to be up there with you. Like my man, oh yeah, son, I wanted to do this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah. You want to make clothes? Cool, make clothes. I'll for shits and giggles. You want to make clothes? Cool. I'll make clothes. I'll wear them up here on the podcast. I'll plug it. I'll do this, that, and third. I'll do a giveaway. I'll make some type of package deal with whatever the case may be, so you can try to be successful as well. But you can't keep spoon feeding motherfuckers because that's not teaching them to do anything. But we're going to get back into it because it's not over yet.
You realize this stuff is like, it's really like, it's physical, but it's really digital. Like, it's so much of it. And it's not as scarce as it's made to believe when you're privatized. Then people wake up like, how can I get some money? I don't think like that no more. It's money everywhere I look. And so it's just painful because I invited my best friend on a trip a couple years ago. I gave her $500 when she landed. Put her in the Trump hotel. We was in Vegas. I paid for everything. She was talking to her boyfriend the whole trip. She was ready to go home. I just felt so stupid because it was just like, I felt like she needed a break, but she didn't have no money. I was going on a trip. I'm just trying to over accommodate people because I feel guilty.
And not for nothing, that's another place where she felt wrong. You should never feel guilty about your success. You should never feel guilty about some shit that you did to put yourself in that situation. You should never, what is it called? Survivor's remorse or successor's guilt? Some shit like that. I think it's successor's guilt. But you shouldn't feel guilty. You shouldn't. Because while you was, and this is what I noticed, right? While you're at the bottom, digging and scraping and scrounging and putting this together, putting that together, and then people seeing you do this. And they're just watching you do it. They're not there with you to build that motherfucker. They're just sitting there watching you. You missed the spot. Yo, I don't think this gonna work. But then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years later, when this shit is up here, and that's when they wanna, yo, you got, nigga, I shouldn't be giving you shit because you seen me build this motherfucker. You didn't even come help. You know I needed some help. When by any means necessary, whatever you wanted to fucking do or try to do, or even, I don't know about this, but how can I help? I can learn some shit to try to. My niggas don't even put forth the effort. But then when you get successful, motherfuckers want to come holler at you. Listen, I'm not being an asshole. I'm just being honest because you can't feed everybody because then eventually you're going to be broke. Look at MC Hammer, bro. No slight to him, but the stick was feeding the whole hood and his house. He bought a mansion to put all his family in it. And he was the only one making money. In what? Nigga went broke. You got to know what to do, when you doing it, and how you doing it, and who you around, and what you do, who you doing it with. Because at the end of the day, if they're not bringing you no value, my nigga, why are they around just to spend your money, and then you just giving it away? Man, you done lost your cotton picking mind. Shit. Okay. All right. Now, last but not least, last episode, remember when I said I think the moon landing was fake? Started going down a rabbit hole, right? Now this rabbit hole I was going down, it was two paths. I'm gonna tell you about the first one. The first path was I came across videos of astrophysicists and people that that's so gun ho about astronauts and all this other shit. And I didn't finish the video. The video was like damn near fucking 3 hours. But they was getting into how they debunked these certain things, and for instance, when I said the camera or how the camera got the shot and all that, they broke all that down. Cool. That's how far I got. Right? On that side. I didn't finish it, but then I seen a video of this other guy. I forgot the guy's name, but the famous black dude I guess he an astrophysicist or whatever the case may be. The black dude with the fur with shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I started watching things about him and him talk about the shit, and it started to get me to thinking. But remember that other lane I was talking about? Now the other lane was more so of a spiritual type of situation, right? Where you'll have an out of body experience, and then they broke down in the out of body experience that before I go on that part, what they was talking about, we went to the moon. If you get a telescope, you can actually see the shit that they left on the moon because they didn't bring it back. Of course they didn't bring it back, but you can get a telescope and see the shit that's on the moon. Okay, I'm gonna try that out and see how it goes, because this subject, this topic it's a very interesting one for me, right? Something I've been thinking about for a long time, and now that I got y'all here, and we can, I can actually like have some people fuck around with it. I'm gonna deep dive into it probably like a week or two. I'm gonna get a telescope and see how that fucking shit goes. Now that's the telescope part, right? See how that shit goes. Now on the other hand, when I said it was two paths, now on the other hand, right? The other hand was I seen an interview. Now if I find it, I'm gonna leak it down here, but if not, here go the cliff notes. They was talking about having an out of body experience, right? Now with the out of body experience, and this is not the first time I heard this. Shout out to Maverick Approach, because they was talking about out of body experiences the other day, and he had somebody up there. This pretty lady. They was up there talking about it and how she had an out of body and all this other shit. But anyway, so from what he was saying, right, with the out of body experience that he was having, we living like a dome. the flat Earth theory is actually really flat Earth. He went through the dome part, and it was like a firmament, and the firmament was like a downloading type of situation of information. And after he got through the firmament, he went to a place called Neo Soul, and in Neo Soul, it was people that, you know, over time that escaped here and went over there, and I guess a whole thing, right? But the main premise of it was the out of body experience situation where you can actually, where your soul actually leaves your body, you're still alive, you can leave your body and you can, you know, still see the shit that's around you, and you can go outside of the firmament and be on that type of spectrum and see what's really going on outside of here. That's another experiment I want to try. I can see, well, I'm going to try to figure out how to do that. Like, I'm like, over the next course of the next couple of episodes, let alone next couple of weeks, let alone next couple of months, we're going to see how that fucking shit really works and shakes out. Because the things that came out of that conversation was the sun and the moon, they're fixed. They're actually opposite of each other. So it's like, you know, the sun is over here, the moon's over here, then the day goes, and then the whole shit shifts. And then it's like, so it's like, oh, if you think about it, the kind of shit kind of makes sense in that sense. Like, I see both sides. So I'm going to do an experiment of myself. I'm going to play with both sides. Like, I'm going to get the telescope and go see if I can see the shit on the moon. Right, that's one. Because the funny thing about the moon landing, especially with the videos I was saying, it's like, but I don't see any stars. That's one thing that I noticed as I was looking at the video. As they're on the moon, fucking jumping around and doing those other shit. But I don't see any stars in the background. Background is just pitch black. I don't see any fucking stars. But here, if you go in the dark, you know, no city lights and none of that shit, you can see the stars in the sky, right? But when I seen that video of the astronauts on the moon, we didn't see not one fucking star, and the moon is in space. So that's, you know, that's a convoluted question and the type of area that I'm in. And I didn't get too far in that video to actually explain, because they had a list of, you know, they was explaining and breaking down and debunking certain things, but I didn't get too far in that video. Once I finish that video, I'll bring y'all back an update as far as that goes, right? Because me not seeing stars and y'all on the moon, stars in the background, we should be able to fucking see it. But that's that part. And then the out of body experience part, to see if they was really talking about the firmament. And, you know, they said it was different. I don't want to deep dive into that too much, because he's just one person that I heard that from. Well, actually, no, he's like one of the people that I heard that from. In the way certain things are set up, they said the earth is bigger than what we think and all this other shit. Like, it's a whole bunch of fucking thing. It's a whole bunch of fucking shit. But I'm going to bring y'all an update over the course of the next couple of weeks and months to see how shit goes. But yeah, man. Yeah. That was interesting. It got my brain going. But yo, this was good. It was good. I actually love this one. I really did. I really found this one very, very interesting. This episode is very interesting. Had me really thinking and shit like that. But I will say this. Y'all ready? I don't know if y'all ready or not. But I will say this though, right? I love y'all. I love y'all to death. Make sure y'all be safe. Stay dangerous. and I'll see y'all next time.
Yeah. Pause the noise. Listen close. Yeah. Yeah. Pause the noise. Listen close. New voice in the room, I don't follow the crowd. I read between lines, they don't say out loud. Built from the tension, I move real proud. Every step calculated, never lost, never found. I don't rush moments, I let them reveal what's real, stay standing when the fake's out the pill. No shortcuts taken, just pressure and skill. I don't bend for the spotlight, I sharpen the steel. I don't chase waves, I study the tide. Stay 10 steps calm while the rest wanna ride. They talk in circles, I move in design. Quiet confidence, heavy with time. Clean lines, sharp mind, vision on loud. Calm in the chaos, storm in the crowd. I don't need a shout, let the truth come around. It's that clarity sound, yeah, that clarity sound. Clean lines, sharp mind, vision on loud. Calm in the chaos, storm in the crowd. I don't need a shout, let the truth come around. It's that clarity sound, yeah, that clarity sound. From the corners where ambition learn patience, to rooms where silence carry real statements. I ask the questions that make them uncomfortable. Still keep it smooth, never emotional. I'm not here to fit molds, I break them precise. Take the long road just to sharpen the knife. If the message hit deep, yeah, that's by design. I don't talk just to talk, I align every line. This ain't hype, this is intent. If it make you think, yeah, deal what it meant. Clean lines, sharp mind, vision on loud. Calm in the chaos, storm in the crowd. I don't need a shout, let the truth come around. It's that clarity sound, yeah, that clarity sound. Clean lines, sharp mind, vision on loud. Calm in the chaos, storm in the crowd. I don't need a shout, let the truth come around. It's that clarity sound, yeah, that clarity sound. Welcome to the space where the real gets said. Let's get into it.